Sarah, Ben, if you're watching this video, I'm not here anymore. But don't you be sad, because it's the way life is. It was made, and nothing lasts forever. See the hermit crab? Little bunches of them here. There's one there. There's one there. It's the cycle. So I would just like to maybe tell you some things that might help you along the way. Something you remember me by. Out of breath, getting old. I'm on St. John in the United States Virgin Islands. It's probably my favorite place in the world. I haven't been to a lot of places, but this is the favorite. I came here once before, and I said to myself, if I ever passed away, I'd want to have my ashes to be spread here. And here I am, back again. It's called Peace Hill, and this is the path. This is a former windmill that this island had quite a bit of history back in the day when it came to shipping and slaves. There's an interesting story about the Rockefeller family that bought it, well, portions of it. And this is Peace Hill. This is Honeymoon Beach over here on this side. And this is the spot that I found. And it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Next to you guys' face when you were born. Over here is Trunk Bay. I'll show you. We're there. That is a beautiful beach. And you could snorkel around that second large, tiny island there. But this is it. Up here by myself. Now I know there's going to be some things that I leave out, and I'm probably going to do like an amended version of this and type or whatever creative activity comes my way. But basically, I want you to know that I did my best, and your mom did too. Your mom loves you a lot, and I love you both. And I just want you to know that there's more to life than meets the eye. You don't know why people are put into your life. You don't know why you're here. You could be here just for one thing that you were supposed to do. Just one. You may have done it, or you may not have. But that could be the reason why you were here. It could be many things. But don't take this as me preaching to you. It's a compilation of all of the experiences of my life, no matter how hard they were. Some of them were very hard because of the bad decisions that I made. Doesn't mean you have to make them. That's why we have history. If you're smart, you'll learn from history, because there's no way that you could experience everything that this life has to offer right now at this moment in your lifetime. So you have to try to condense other people's experiences. Some of them will save you from a considerable amount of time being adrift at sea, or potentially make the wrong decisions that have bad outcomes. There's an old saying, listen to your elders. Well, if your elders are smart, if they're not weird, if their summary of whatever it is that they're teaching you is sound, and how do you say sound? Possibly, is it good or is it bad? Well, what is the definition of good and bad? It's subjective. So apply this. Is it good for everyone? There's a lot of things that are good for me personally, and you, but think about it on a human level. Is it good for everyone? If it's not good for a great majority of everyone, then it's probably not good. Be righteous in your dealings in everything that you do. Ben, protect your sister. Sarah, protect Ben. And both of you protect your mom, as if the only thing that you were put here to do on this earth was to do that. Believe me, you'll have a reward for it. That's righteousness. Follow your hearts. Find your passions. Don't be mad at yourself if you don't find them immediately. Don't let people tell you things that you know inside yourself. If you know how to heal you, heal you. If you know the right path to take, then take it. There's a lot of people on this earth, unfortunately. Some are more enlightened than others. So search for the right decisions. Keep a positive outlook on life. And you guys are growing up in the computer age, so you probably know about what I'm about to say. And if you don't program your mind, someone else will. What do I mean by that? It means that you can turn the news on every day and listen to murders, killings, viruses, bankruptcies, up and down economies. This politician did this, this movie star did that. It's all depressing, counterproductive rhetoric. And if you eat that for breakfast, that's the kind of life you're going to live. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from things that pollute your mind. Take care of your bodies. Work out. Run if you can. Jog if you can't run. Walk if you can't jog. Crawl if you cannot walk. But keep going. Never give up. Never give up. Give up if it's bad. Sometimes your father, didn't matter how bleak the road was going, I needed to get there. It's a learning experience, and that's why I'm begging you not to be like me in that respect. There is a God. Is their God better than our God? Is his God better than her God? No. It could be a God. It could be something that we completely don't understand, because can you make that tree? Can you make this earth? Can you recreate this water or recreate the system that produces it above us? When you have mastered all those things, including making the human body that runs without you wanting it to, the spark of life that is in your heart that keeps it beating, you can't do that on your own. So when you can make all that, that's when you can say whose God is better. If a certain religion is, and the people that are trying to teach it, teach you to hate others, to hurt or harm, then it's not the right religion. Religion is like politics now. It didn't used to be thousands of years ago, but neither you nor myself grew up then, but we could read about it and use common sense to figure it out, that this current system of religion isn't really what it was intended to be. There's a lot of selfishness that gets involved, controlling people. Mass amounts of people is power. So if you control the religion, so be careful what your surroundings brings into your life. God will bring you different knowledges through different people, different books. Don't ever not want to read a book because you feel God would be mad at you, or it would upset. I mean, don't actively look for risque books and try to be that person that just goes against the... It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is, if you want to read the Quran, read it. If you want to read the Torah, read it. If you want to read the Indian, Eastern Indian, American and Native American, any of these things you want to learn about it, and don't feel guilty. Don't let anyone make you feel guilty about learning, because certain religions will say God hates you. Don't read that. God, listen, there's more to God than their God. I don't want anything to do with their God, and neither should you. But don't condemn them. Don't do anything irrational, and certainly don't get down to the level where you think that you need to fight them, or unless they're fighting you, or slander them and do the things that they're probably doing anyway. Two wrongs don't make a right. Search. Moral to the story. I have a lot more to say about God, but I'm at 13 minutes already, and I walk around a lot when I talk. I have made very little money and been happy. I have made, I think, the top 3% of income in the United States and been miserable. There has to be a medium. I'm trying to find that. And this right here, this really didn't cost anything except wanting to come here. Maybe the $800 Apple phone that I'm recording it on. I wish my dad would have done a video like this for you, or for me, I mean, because you ever have questions, you'll know. Anyone can change their life immediately. Don't ever think that you can't turn it around and take control of your life and do the things that you want to do and help the people you want to help and provide to the poor and help people that are less fortunate than you. Don't ever look down upon someone, because they are exactly where they're supposed to be. They are living a life as they're supposed to be with their specific knowledge from their past to their present. It's different than yours. Try to be kind, extend peace upon a lot of people. I'm not trying to sound like a prophet up here with my little, I don't even know what that means. I think it means Om. Om is like the noise that monks make when they meditate. It's the sound of the universe. Om. I'm stupid. Don't look down upon yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, but hold yourself accountable. There's a look it up, you two. Hamlet, Polonius. It's a scene where he's telling his son Laertes, he's about to leave, and he says it was like, be a borrower nor a lender, be thy familiar but by no means vulgar. Listen more than you speak. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. And he said, this one thing above all, to thy own self be true. There's a voice inside you. It tells you whether something's good, whether something's bad, which direction to go. Try to access that voice as soon as you can. And when you do, keep distractions away from interrupting your conversation with that voice. Listen to it. I'm not saying you're schizophrenic or anything like that. That's not what I mean. It's your moral compass. And some people call it guardian angel, some people call it the Holy Spirit. But it's your inner guidance system. When you don't hear that voice, it means that your life is too loud and you need to slow down. Master life and listen to the voice. Be kind to your mother. Eat good foods. Don't use drugs. Drugs are a non-sustainable situation for our bodies and our careers, and the more responsibilities that you have, which who knows where you're going to be in life, I implore you to go to college, at least get a degree in something. It's not about what you are when you get out of college. It's not, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. No. The journey there is what gives you experience. It's the process of learning that once you're there, you'll know, but you have to get there in order to be able to look back and review your journey. There's a saying, I hope it's not gone by the time you watch this, but it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So two people can be walking down a path like the path that I walked up here, and I mean, one of them can be just completely complaining about the rocks and how just miserable, and all they're doing about is thinking about getting to where we are here, because that's all they're talking about. That's all they're thinking about, is just getting here now. Once we get up there, I'll be okay when I get up here. Then there's the person that isn't complaining, that knows that if they continue to walk on this path, they're going to get to their destination, but they're going to enjoy the journey as well. They're not going to complain about it too much. they're going to look around and maybe kind of observe their surroundings, because we wouldn't have seen those hermit crabs if we weren't thinking about our environment and basically aware, enlightened, conscious is the word. Books, movies, foods. Books. I've read the Bible many times, front to back. I've read the Quran 3 or 4 times. I can read Hebrew, self-taught. I've read the Torah. I've hung out with rabbis. I've hung out with Islamic people. I don't know, very good Muslim people, and I've learned a lot from all of them. But I would suggest, if you have a interest in religion, then read about the Torah, read about God through the eyes of everyone. A lot of people in this in the US are Christians, so they believe a lot in Jesus. Well, guess what? Jesus is mentioned a lot in the Quran. So you're like, well, if you truly love Jesus, first of all, Jesus was Jewish and he did Jewish things. Well, what is Jewish things? Spinning a dreidel? No, it's not. That's stuff that came along later. Jewishness is basically, Judaism is belief in one God. And, you know, the books, the Torah, contain the first 5 books of the New Testament. And then you have Jesus is there, but he's not considered the Son of God, because the sons and daughters of gods is not a new story. It's 4,000 in the Greek and Roman time years old, and even 13 or 14, 17,000 years old in the Egyptian version of Ra, the sun god, having sons and daughters that needed to come here and die for mankind. Why does somebody have to be hurt in order to save anyone? It's not a new story, so that is not a monotheistic approach. Judaism, Islam, and a couple others don't ascribe anything to God, and that means, like, some people build statues, some people make little images of Jesus and Mary and Vishnu and Saint Joseph. He is the saint of real estate sales, Saint Joseph, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's kind of idolatrous, wouldn't you say? So now that we know that, you know, we don't walk around and find the idolatrous and point the finger at, oh, you're an idolater. No, it doesn't work that way. Then you would be perpetuating hate and anger. So let them learn, but let them be. If you have an opportunity to help somebody and teach somebody, then do it, but don't do it in a way that you're trying to ram it down their throat. And be nice. Read your books. I like The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. I like Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Thank you, Mike Schaefer. Basically, that book's about people that ride the motorcycle and then the people that actually take care of the motorcycle. Learn about the motorcycle, study about it, know how it works, know how to replace the parts on it, know how to take good care of it, and put it in the garage and be nice to it. The Art of the Peaceful Warrior. There's a book about the Holocaust. It was written about, he's an author, like, it's a nonfiction book, but I think it was, I don't know the name of it. I'll have to edit this later and get it to you. But basically, I remember one part in there where, I'll let you read it. What else? Great Gatsby, F. Scott Fitzgerald. That's a pretty cool book. The Power of Now. Read that book more than once. It's by Eckhart Tolle, Tolle. It is a brilliant book. It teaches you to bring your consciousness to a certain level. I have company. I like Forrest Gump. I like Big Fish, the movie.
Hey, how you doing?
If I was any better, I don't think I could stand it.
No worries.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. So greet people with happiness and joy, even though you may not feel that way inside sometimes. Take care of your mom. I love your mom. I'm not gonna cry on you. It'll be okay. She's a koala bear. Your mom's a koala bear. You're koala bears too, technically. I like Sting. I like the Police. I like Sarah Brightman. Why Sarah Brightman? Because, like, if you wanted to eat the best steak in the world, you go to that best steakhouse, best cut. You wanted to hear somebody play the piano, you'd probably want to hear Mozart, because he just knew how to play it. Boxers, they're good athletes. Runners, you know, you have the best of the best in those categories in the world. As far as the vocal cords of a woman and singing as a man, you have Sarah Brightman and Andrea Bocelli, the blind Italian singer. So that's why I like it, because it's the best. The highest. I don't mean best because it's, you know, not everything is expensive is good per se. It's beautiful when you hear it. In fact, Sarah, you heard Sarah Brightman, the very first song. I made sure that you heard that in the hospital room because it's just so beautiful. And I wanted you to hear an example of the best that this world had to offer when you got here. I stepped on my sunglasses. Thankfully, they're cheap. But I like oatmeal. I like cereal. I like every fresh fruit. There's not one fruit in this world that I have eaten that I didn't enjoy. There's one that's really close, and it's Vietnamese, like, it smells like a sewer, but it tastes good. It's like, it's really weird. If you want to try a fruit, try it. I like truth. Sarah and Ben, I love you both. Don't stop your journey. Do Do you hear me? Don't stop your journey. Continue to learn. Continue to love. Be the friend that you want to be. Be the friend that you wish you had. I mean, people need people in this life. Don't let this life break you down. You can do anything you want and be whoever you want to be. And there's some people on this planet that are meant to be leaders and take care of lots of people, because those people are loved as well. So are you one of those people that need to take care of people? Don't let them drain you, but have compassion and help your friends if it's good and if it's right. Don't do it because you want to show off. There's a saying, don't look a good deed in the mirror because it will turn to stone. Example, if you go down into the cities to feed the homeless people and you're doing it on Facebook and all these other sites, and you're trying to get kind of recognition for it, it's not a good deed anymore. I love you both. There's not enough time in the world to tell you all the things that I wish I could tell you. But one thing, I love you. Take care of your mom. Love you, Ben. Love you, Sarah. I love you, Mushy. Go up here.